Yo, what is up, everybody? And welcome back to another Madden 24 online CFM game. We are now in week 12 of the 2026 season here in the Premier Madden League. Our Los Angeles Rams are a little bit banged up heading into this week's big matchup against the Minnesota Vikings. Our defensive line depth was already a bit muddy with Rayshon Benny and Byron Young on the shelf. And now we add Ashton Gallot to the injury report. He suffered an injury in practice, so the man who got a dev game last week is not going to get to reap the rewards of being star dev, at least for 1 week on the field. So we're going to have to go deeper in the depth chart and probably give the third-year linebacker Dylan Brooks some extended run at that second edge spot opposite of Ryan Burns. We're also still down Julian Fleming for 1 more week, and we'll see how costly that is against a very stout Minnesota Vikings team. Of course, this is a playoff rematch from last year's divisional round, that chaotic game with the glitchy fumble, with the fumble that we suffered after getting an interception. Yet through it all, we were able to get the victory, and we'll see if the Vikings come out with a vengeance today here in Minnesota. We're at US Bank Stadium for some Week 12 football. The talking is over. It's time to go. We are underway. We do not have a dev story today, but that's probably a good thing if anything, because we are actually 0-2 this season when we have a dev story, and we've won every other game besides that. That's unfortunately a penalty on our Rams that'll negate the Aaron Donald sack and give the Vikings a first down. That was illegal contact with our user. Defender is Bucky Irving. Open field. Bucky, bye-bye. Off to the races. But Azariah Thomas, with 99 speed, tracks down one of the league's leading rushers before he could score 6. As you saw, Devon Jackson injured on the play. Campbell trying to hit the stop and go, but he goes nowhere. And now our defense is even more banged up. Devon Jackson out for the rest of the game. Aaron Donald still in. Aaron Donald still wrecking havoc. Third down and a mile for Tua Tagovailoa. Step up, looking, time. Oh, nearly picked off by Grant Delpit. So we'll force Minnesota to settle for a field goal. And now we really have to evaluate our defense, because Devon Jackson, of course, stars in that sub-linebacker role. Oh, that's Gabe Hall with the block. Second consecutive week we've blocked the field goal. This time it's Hall. Last week it was Donald. And we hold the Vikings to 0 as our offense steps on the field. It's been quite a start to today's ball game, and we're not even 3 minutes in. That's a generous spot to give CJ Donaldson the first down. Jalen step up, he'll take off. Henderson close to a first down, a gain of 8 yards. Jalen with another drop back. Here comes Dallas Turner. Dallas Turner was a thorn in our side in that playoff match. We got to keep an eye on 15, third down. Jalen wide open. Oh, that was sketchy, but Cooper Kupp is called inbounds, and upon further review, he did get both feet in, so you don't got to worry about that. Once again, a generous spot. CJ Donaldson moving the chains. Next play, Jalen got him open. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley answering the bell. And of course, without Julian Fleming, we just need everybody else to contribute a little bit more. And the biggest person that needs to step up is Calvin Ridley, because he's the one assuming Julian Fleming's extra receiver role in our team. At least for this week. Hopefully we get Fleming back next week. And as far as defense, now Devon Jackson's out. We're actually going to move Grant Delpit into that sub-linebacker position and probably move Diamador Lenore, who is normally our cornerback number 4, into that strong safety spot that Delpit normally occupies. That's when we're in our nickel sets. Otherwise, if we're in our 3-4, we'll have Delpit at the strong safety position like usual, as we slow down Bucky Irving, bring up a third down and long. Here's Tua Tagovailoa, picked off. There's Diamador Lenore in the spot that would actually normally be occupied by Devon Jackson in that dime set. Here's CJ Donaldson off to the races. A one-play touchdown from 51 yards out for the rookie. This is a battle this week of the 2 league-leading rushers, and CJ Donaldson making his claim for the best running back in the league. Bucky Irving, of course, had the big star early on, the near touchdown run. Donaldson with a response on a one-play touchdown drive. And quickly we go up 14-0 and feeling good, because if we can get some separation against the Vikings, That could be all that we need. Just a little bit of separation. Get off to that good start. But Bucky Irving says otherwise. Off to the races again. Bucky, oh man, he's already got almost 100 yards. And here's some pressure on Tua. Still nearly got it off. A lot of big plays shaping up early. This could be one of them as Campbell trying to make something happen on those jet sweeps. You got to gain a 6, so I suppose Minnesota will take that, bringing up a 3rd down. Good pocket. Great delivery by Tua Tagovailoa. That's Cornelius Johnson on the grab. Bucky Irving. Nice running. Patience paying off. He sets up the block. He scores 6. And there's a touchdown for Minnesota. And this time we're not able to make that tackle on Bucky, which of course was so big that Azariah Thomas was able to chase down Bucky on that initial run, because ultimately it saved us from giving up any points with that blocked field goal by Gabe Hall. Is Jalen Henderson making a move outside. Read option. He keeps it. He gets a gain of 6 yards. And Jalen's looking pretty spry the past couple of weeks. You love to see it. Even on a play like this, just to be able to maneuver the pocket, throw it away when there's nothing there. Bring up a 3rd down. Cooper Kupp in motion. But we're actually giving it to CJ. Outside. Just tripped up. Donaldson really had nothing on the play, and just the pure brilliance of CJ Donaldson actually nearly got us a 1st down, and it took a shoestring tackle, literal shoestring tackle, to bring down CJ on the play. As Bucky Irving continues to try to bat for one of these home runs. Might get it here. Bucky's proving to be one tough customer to bring down in the open field. And his extra juke move brings up a 3rd down and 1. Pressure. And down goes Tua. That brings up 4th down and 1. And the Vikings are on the field looking to go for it. Here we go. Tua has the ball. Tua looking outside and missed the mark. A turnover on downs. Durant with sticky coverage on the play, and ultimately just great man coverage. Here's Donaldson again. He'll hit the home run. This time from 54 yards deep. One play, one pitch, over the fences and out for CJ Donaldson. Wow, you love to see a little one-play touchdown. That'll make our lives a lot easier. And I mean, look, our defense is playing phenomenal. Devon Jackson has been everything for this defense the past couple of weeks, but we have guys that should be able to step up, and we have great depth, and it's really being proven, right? Look at this pass rush, still killing it. And I gotta mention that Gabe Hall is a superstar. You guys may have noticed Gabe Hall, he doesn't normally have the star under his name as Bucky. Oh, Bucky Irving twisting, turning, and scoring. Madness in Minnesota. Bucky adds to the fold again. His 2nd touchdown, but that felt improbable. In traffic, I believe Bo Braid took a stab at the ball. It might have been Azariah Thomas, but Bucky somehow made the grab and avoided the defender. That was odd. I feel like we had good defense, just better offense beat good defense on the play, I suppose. You can't really catch your breath in today's ball game. I suppose the only thing that doesn't happen here that we might have expected was a one-play touchdown for CJ Donaldson, but he'll take his chunks. A nice little gain of 8 will definitely live with that. 2nd down blitz. Jalen got it off and on time to CJ Donaldson, but time was almost up on the play. Good run, open space. CJ Donaldson is working on a monster game today. Close to 150 yards halfway through the 2nd quarter. As we have to burn a timeout offensively, we're not going to get that play off, trying to change the play at the line of scrimmage. Here's CJ again. The Vikings have to figure out how to slow down number 6. He is killing them. Here's an end around the Cooper Kupp. In trouble, maybe not. Kupp escaping and getting the 1st down, a gain of 13. Nice open field running by Cooper Kupp, because once again, as a player, there wasn't much there. As Nick Chubb with his 1st run of the game. Chubb setting up a goal to go, maybe not. Yeah, that's going to be a holding penalty on the tight end, Maryland. That will negate the big play, bring up a 2nd down and 13. Jalen, step up. He's running. Can he get the 1st? No, has to give himself up to avoid taking the big hit. Here we go. 3rd down, out the shotgun. Donaldson. He's got space for the 1st down and will gladly take that to the 7-yard line. Out the 2-minute warning. CJ Donaldson's been busy today, and he nearly plowed his way in. As we suffer an injury to Steve Avila, the left guard. That's going to be a charge timeout, our 2nd of the half. CJ walks it in for 6. He's the sixth guy today because all he does is score touchdowns. CJ Donaldson is living in the Vikings end zone today. Man, what a game for CJ, it must be said. And a great drive, 12-play drive. We've had these one-play touchdowns, but we can score in any which way. The offense is clicking. Let's see if the defense can keep up that same tempo, though. You know, as we talked about, all these injuries are really stockpiling for us. So Minnesota's on a 2-minute drill drive now. They'll be at their own 34-yard line, 2nd and 1 to step up, going Hawkinson, got it! What a grab! The Vikings are making some very contested grabs that time. I mean, TJ Hawkinson's one of the best tight ends in the league, so that's not too surprising, I suppose, but still a great grab. And now TJ Hawkinson's injured. That's a charge timeout to Minnesota. He did not get out of bounds. So there's second charge timeout to under pressure away from Donald. Able to escape and nearly get the first down. Vikings trying to make this a one-possession game before they go into the halftime locker room. But they hold on to that timeout. The time is ticking. 25 seconds and counting. Need 2 yards to move the chains to under pressure and just got it off. Brian Burns put the heat on. It's a first down, but Minnesota is forced to burn their final timeout. Can't get tackled inbounds to tight contested catch made. No timeouts. Got to rush to the line. 2 seconds left, and Tua gets the spike in. And now a field goal attempt. Remember, Jake Elliott's first attempt was blocked. This time, Gabe Hall not able to screen through, and after blocking back-to-back kicks, we're not able to get through that time, which, I mean, I don't know how in the world we blocked 1, let alone 2, in such a short time span. And it's going to be an 11-point lead for our Los Angeles Rams as we start the second half with the ball. And, of course, we want to go to CJ Donaldson, but we start with a fake, and it pays off! Antonio Gibson, open field! What a game-changing play! Shifting field position, immediate red zone opportunity! CJ Donaldson nearly got his 4th touchdown of the game. Can he get it here? Not quite. Not able to get the first down either. We can get a first down at the 2. We'll go to Chubb! Oh, he didn't get it. He didn't get it. That's not a great spot for us. We're not going to challenge it. But we are going to challenge this Vikings defense on the field. 4th down and inches. Jalen! Whoa! That's not a pick. That's going to count as a fumble. Who did it? The Butler did it for Minnesota. No Rams in his zip code. He'll go coast to coast for 6 and rope the Vikings back into the ball game. A big mistake by Jalen Henderson and the Rams. 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game to all day in the pocket. Man eventually breaks open. It's Campbell. I believe that's Paris Campbell on the 2-point conversion. And man, what a big mistake. I mean, at the end of the day, we probably should just kick our field goal, right? Instead of calling that play call of all play calls on 4th and inches and making that mistake, right? I mean, it's one thing to not get the 4th down, but to give up a free touchdown in a game that it's felt like we've controlled. Now here we are on the back foot, just getting this play off and wide open. It's McLaurin in stride. Lost the ball. And they're actually going to count that as a catch and a fumble. I thought that might be an incompletion, but they are going to call it a catch, a fumble, and ultimately it's going to be a big game for our Vikings. We kind of avoided disaster there as CJ Donaldson, good blocking from Kopp. Another big run, nearly a first down for Donaldson. Now we're getting some bad spots, though. We go to CJ. Next play, Donaldson finds a big gap, and CJ Donaldson close to 200 yards rushing end zone. Got it! That's Ridley for the 2nd time today. Man, we're looking explosive on offense, but we're a little bit leaky on defense. We're short-handed. We're trying to make it up, but I mean, Minnesota's also making some crazy plays, and I mean, at least we got the touchdown immediately after that big turnover that we had. It almost feels like we have to win the game twice now. We had a decent cushion, and now we got to survive Bucky Irving and the boys, right? If we had a bigger lead, perhaps the Vikings don't want to run the ball with Bucky Irving as much, but now we got to deal with the full blunt of a number 2 brings to the table. Oh, that is caught by Justin Jefferson. With Kobe Durant out the lineup, we had Charvarius Ward out there, and you know, maybe if we had our normal lineup, that could have been a pick. Instead, the Vikings are on the move. Bucky Irving saying anything CJ Donaldson can do, I can do perhaps better. He has 138 yards on the ground. Hawkinson's back in, and he's found the end zone. TJ Hawkinson helping the Vikings bounce back wide open on the whip route, and it's back to a 3-point game. I mean, we have 3:31 left in regulation. You thought last week's game had a lot of action. Might not hold a candle to what we're doing here at US Bank Stadium. Here's Jalen with the drop back. He's got space to run. He's got a man open. It's McLaurin working the sidelines away from the defender and getting a big gain to midfield. Here's Jalen one more time. Over Dallas Turner, still keeping his balance. Jalen Henderson with an athletic gain of 7 yards as Rob Havenstein injured. We're already down 2 starting offensive linemen, so that's not great. And no surprise, with 3 backup offensive linemen on the field, that we get sacked. So 3rd down, we're just going to run the ball. CJ Donaldson. Oh, he got the 1st down. What an effort. And I don't know if we actually got that 1st down, so we're going to quickly go no huddle so the Vikings can't challenge this spot. Jalen. Oh! Land! Jalen Ramsey just sent a message. Don't do that again. And we won't. We surely won't, because we got away with that play for sure. Got greedy trying to get the 1st down. We get the 1st down on the next play. Man open underneath. It's Cooper Kupp. And it feels like every single down and distance, we end up with 2nd and inches on this second half. Here we go. We're going to switch up the play here. It's actually an empty look for Jalen Henderson running in for 6. JJ the jet plane doing his thing. And right now, offensively, we're just in a crazy rhythm, it feels like, where like whatever the Vikings do, we have an answer, right? We're running the ball really well, then we're able to dot them up, and then we go back to the run. We get running with our quarterback, running with our rookie. It's all working out right now, and we'll see if the Vikings have one more answer to a drop back 2nd down. Just enough time to get it off, and TJ Hawkinson's proving to be a thorn in our side today. Not a great spot for Minnesota. It's going to be 3rd down and inches, going with the sweep. Delpit couldn't get him, and Campbell stretching the legs and getting the 1st down. Oh, we were so close to bringing him down the backfield, as that is just delivered to Trevor Etienne in the flats. He'll get a gain of 5. Irving, this is a screen. No, it's a fake. Nothing's open, though. Oh, he's bombing in traffic. Diamador Lenore with good coverage to bring up a 3rd down and 5. Play fake, no one falling for that. Tua under duress, got it off and dropped. Oh, Cornelius Johnson, how do you drop that football? Now it's 4th down and 5. Minnesota should not even be in this spot. They need it so badly. They'll get it. Justin Jefferson. Who else with the conversion to the 22-yard line? This Vikings team has a lot of fight in them, including the quarterback Tua away from the rest, scrambling for a gain of 6 yards. Vikings going up tempo. Tua, great pocket, going Enzo Campbell for 6. Paris Campbell has been a sneaky good weapon in today's ball game, and yes, he did catch that ball on the plane. It seems like you just catch it on that white chalk, that is considered crossing the plane in the end zone. Good for the touchdown, and back and forth we go. Who can play some defense in this second half? So far, it looks like Minnesota might be slowing down CJ Donaldson, something that happened in last week's loss. We were not able to run the ball with CJ Donaldson and ended up fumbling the ball with CJ Donaldson. Also something to keep in mind. Oh, 3rd down and 1 becomes 3rd down and 6. That's a false start on the Rams. A big penalty with 5:15 remaining. Oh, pocket's clean. Man's open, and it's on time to RJ Maryland, who breaks the tackle. Maryland running from Minnesota to Maryland all the way to the 17-yard line. McLaurin, open space on the bubble, not even able to get a yard. Next play, faking Jalen, stepping, running, tripped up by Dallas Turner. Big 3rd down, up by 3. It's a 1st down. It's a touchdown. CJ Donaldson for the 4th time today. Everybody in the building knew where that ball was going on 3rd down. It didn't matter. Good blocking by a bunch of backups on the offensive line, because Havenstein has also been ruled out for the rest of the game. And I mean, that's the story right now. We just continue to throw bodies out there, and they continue to make plays no matter who it is. I don't know where that ball was going, but it didn't have good intentions. 2nd down for Tua, another drop back. Got him open underneath. It's Luik Fuji juking for the 1st down, looking for the sidelines, and a great play to get out of bounds there. The Vikings are working a bit against the clock with under 3:15 remaining. This is a bomb broken up Azariah Thomas is not the man to test downfield. He's got 99 speed. He shows up often on plays like that. Pressure Tua! Oh! That was Grant Delpit's interception, but he wasn't able to fully turn around and locate the ball. The Vikings get away with one. Third down, Tua. Oh, Brian Burns just demolished Tua. And now it's fourth down and practically the game. Just behind midfield, Tua spread look, and he's under duress, and down he goes! Not able to get it off clean. It's a turnover on downs. Lucan got the hit. Next play, C.J. Donaldson! Crib call! The fifth rushing touchdown for C.J. Donaldson! This is simply superb! This is something we've never seen before! In the same building where Adrian Peterson had the greatest rookie performance rushing the ball in NFL history! C.J. Donaldson, he tips his cap to AP and says, watch this. He might not get 296 rushing yards today, but 5 rushing touchdowns is unheard of for a rookie, let alone any running back in NFL history. This is a historic performance by C.J. Donaldson, and our Los Angeles Rams now up by 17 points. Bomb nearly intercepted in double coverage. 2:18 remaining to end. The Vikings trying to have one last gasp. Not going to happen there. A little fluttery ball out of Tua's hands under duress. Third down and a Lucan once again getting his hands dirty when we need him to. It's fourth down and absolutely the game for Tua and the Vikings at their own 40-yard line. He's got time. Oh, time's up and batted away by Delpit as he tried to take his shot for Hawkinson. I mean, Tua had time for a play, but our defense, our coverage was stand out as Antonio Gibson gets a first down on the run, and that should be the ball game as we approach the 2-minute warning. We now have the opportunity to kneel this one out in a 17-point game. The Vikings are not going to burn their timeout knowing the inevitable, and we are going to win a stressful game, but a very exciting outing in Minnesota against the Vikings. Two of the top teams in the NFC doing battle, and it's going to be our Rams with a bounce-back victory after last week's overtime loss, coming out on top. And you want to talk about a response from adversity. C.J. Donaldson ends up coughing up the ball in overtime last week for the game-losing fumble. And after that, I was really thinking we probably have to get Nick Chubb more involved, especially in crunch time. I don't know if we can trust C.J. Donaldson on the field as much if he's going to fumble the ball. We just cannot afford those turnovers for as much explosive plays as he brings to the table. And then CJ does that, and now it's impossible to keep that kid off the field, man. 267 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns on the ground. One of the greatest NFL performances we've ever seen by a running back or by any player in general. And it's done by the rookie out of West Virginia. Tip your cap to the man because he carried us today. I mean, a lot of great performances today, but I mean, C.J. Donaldson was historic. It was truly historic. Now, before we get out of here, we do have to check out the IR because, I mean, we could fill a hospital with all the broken bones and bodies that we got right now on our Los Angeles Rams. The good news is we are going to get Julian Fleming back next week, as well as Galat, who suffered the practice injury, but we are now down 3 starting offensive linemen for the foreseeable future, as well as Byron Young, who's still banged up until the bye. So we're going to have to patch that up and figure it out. But in the meantime, we'll celebrate this dub and get ready for next week's game against the actual Raiders. I said it the week before we were supposed to play the Raiders. Now we actually play the Raiders next week. But that's going to do it for this one. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed this. Subscribe for more Madden 24 online games. I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you, as always, for watching.